We all have things that we're waiting on. It's easy to be frustrated. Why is this taking so long? I thought I'd be married by now. I thought I'd be over this illness. I thought I'd be further in my career. When we don't see anything happening, it's tempting to take matters into our own hands and try to force doors to open, manipulate a situation, live striving and straining. But the scripture says, through faith and patience, we inherit the promises. And it's good to have faith, but without patience, you can miss God's best. One of the most important things I've learned is to trust God's timing. Sometimes the reason it's taking longer is because what God has in store is much better than what we have in mind. We think we're falling behind, everyone's passing us up, and I should be further along. But God has blessings that will catapult you ahead. Jesus told his disciples, I'm going away to prepare a place for you. God has some prepared blessings for you. Things he's already lined up. Good breaks, the right people, healing. At the appointed time, you'll come into blessings, favor greater than you've ever imagined. Isaiah said, they that wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. Waiting on the Lord is waiting in faith. I don't see anything happening, but God, I believe you're working behind the scenes. It's waiting in peace. You could be frustrated over your job, worried about your health. But your attitude is, God, I trust you. I know you're in control. You already have a solution. I'm going to be still and know that you are God. It's waiting from a place of rest. You could be trying to force things, make that door open, manipulate that coworker, but you step back and let God fight your battles. You trust him to open the doors, to bring the right people, to vindicate you. You do your best and then rest. You know he's already prepared what you need. So you stay in peace, knowing that at the right time, you'll step in to a prepared blessing. John 21, Peter was very discouraged. Jesus had been crucified. Now he and the other disciples were without their leader. They believed Jesus was the Messiah. They gave up their life to follow him. They never dreamed it would turn out this way. They were so disappointed, wondering what they were going to do next. Well, Peter went back to what he had done before he met Jesus, to fishing. He was at the Sea of Galilee, and he and a few disciples got in a boat and fished all night. They didn't catch anything. They were already disappointed. Now, on top of that, they were frustrated. They had worked, strained, put out the net again and again. Surely this time we'll catch something. Once again, the net was empty. Early the next morning, they were close to the shore. Jesus was standing on the beach. They couldn't tell who he was. He asked them if they had caught anything. They told him no. He said, throw your nets on the other side of the boat and you'll catch plenty of fish. When they did, they caught so many fish that they couldn't put them all in. At that moment, John recognized Jesus. He said to Peter, it's the Lord. Well, Peter jumped out of the water and swam to the shore. Jesus had a charcoal fire burning and fish grilling on it. He said in verse 12, come and have some breakfast with me. There's a principle here. What they couldn't catch, Jesus was already cooking. What they were so frustrated over, working all night, toiling, straining, no fish, God already had on the grill. This was a prepared blessing, not raw fish, not I'll help you find what you're looking for. No, I'm going to cook the fish for you. It's going to be better than you've imagined. Like these disciples, you may have worked hard, done your best, but you hadn't caught anything. You haven't caught your healing, so to speak. Caught the right person. Caught the good break in your business. You fished all night, but your nets are empty. Can I encourage you, what you didn't catch, God is already cooking. He not only knows where all the fish are, but he's grilling your fish. While you're stressed, thinking it's never going to happen, he's seasoning your fish. While the medical report says you're not going to get well, he's putting more charcoal on the fire. While thoughts are telling you, you'll never get out of debt, never break that addiction, never see your family restored, hang on a minute, I smell something. I smell fire burning. I smell some fish grilling. Something's cooking. You're about to taste and see that the Lord is good. You're going to come into a prepared blessing. You've been working, straining, striving, but what you're laboring over, God is already grilling. It may be taking longer than you thought. You don't see anything happening. My encouragement is, let Him cook. God knows what He's doing. When the fish are ready, when it's just right, He'll call you. See, God is a master chef. He doesn't use a microwave. He wasn't on the beach microwaving some frozen fish. Come on in, disciples. I've cooked you a cheap version of what you're trying to catch. 12 fish fillets for $1.99. They've been frozen 14 years. I'm gonna microwave it right out of them. No, God doesn't cook like Victoria. I mean, He doesn't use a microwave. I couldn't resist. But I'm not gonna look at her. God doesn't use a microwave. God doesn't cut any corners. He's not going to give you a microwave blessing, a lesser version, an imitation. That's good enough. No, God uses the real thing, the charcoal, the fire. That takes longer than a microwave. It seems like a delay to us, but if you could see behind the scenes, God's seasoning your blessing. He's flavoring your promise. He's making sure it's the exact right temperature. Don't be in a hurry. Let Him cook. He's up to something. You haven't met the right person? Let Him cook. Your health hasn't turned around? Let Him cook. Your business seems stuck? Let Him cook. God has not forgotten about you. He sees you doing the right thing, working hard, praying, believing. You're passing the test. You can't see it yet, but something's cooking. What you're believing for has already been caught, cleaned, seasoned. It's on the grill.